Let me ask you about earlier days, going back to the 60s, because obviously you had it was your cousin, right?
Yeah.
In the Marbles.
Yeah.
And how did that come together? I mean, how did you get into music even? I mean, obviously,
oh,
you had to have figured out early on, hey,
when I was a kid,
better singer than the rest of the kids in the class.
Yeah, I mean, when I was about 7, I guess, was when I really started kind of singing, and I would sing at school and be in concerts, you know, local concerts, things like that. And then later on, my cousin came over from Australia, and he'd been playing with the Bee Gees.
Okay.
He was the lead guitar player with the Bee Gees on festival records out there. This is about 1960 something or other. And so, you know, he used to send me these things over from Australia of early recordings of the Bee Gees when they had no real gear. They had a guitar that was tuned down to sound like a bass and things like that. So the three brothers worked with my cousin Trevor. Anyway, to make a short story even longer, no, the other way around. It happened that my cousin came over to live in England. We formed a band together. We went to London, and there was an the manager of the Bee Gees, an ex-manager of them, was in the audience and saw Trevor, who played with the Bee Gees, lived in Australia, etc., etc., been on TV with them, and said, I'm sure Barry Gibb would like to talk to you, you know, speak to you. So he got in touch with Barry and Morris and Robin, and like in a couple of days, he went over to see them. And he said, but I'm with a band, you know, and, you know, there's like 5 of us, and we're not looking for a band. And then my cousin said, well, my cousin sings, that's me. And so he invited me over. I went over to Barry's house, and we sat around singing Stevie Wonder songs and Beach Boys tunes and whatever. All that kind of thing.
Now, were the Bee Gees specifically writing songs for you, like To Love Somebody, or that just was in their repertoire and you guys were like, hey, we can do that really good?
Well, they wrote the 2 songs that were the singles. That was one called Only One Woman.
Right.
That was just for us. And,
oh, it was, okay.
Yeah, and The Walls Fell Down, which was the 2nd single. But the other ones we kind of covered. They said, well, let's put an album out or something. We really had nothing prepared at all.
Right.
So we just kind of said, well, we'll do a few Bee Gees songs, and maybe my cousin and I would write something.
I'm curious, like, as stuff like Deep Purple and that started getting popular in England, were you into that? Because I know, like, in the 70s you did stuff which some people might call campy, like Warm Ride, which I really like, and some of the Bob Dylan type stuff. But were you also listening to the hard rock stuff?
No.
Or was it like Rainbow said, hey, we need a guy with a set of pipes, come on down and audition?
No, I was more into R&B and pop, that kind of thing, you know, Bob Dylan stuff.
Gotcha.
I mean, and really, like Motown, you know, things like that. I loved all that stuff. Blues, all blues stuff I used to like as well.
What are you listening to these days?
The same kind of thing.
Yeah, are you? Yeah,
I kind of collect old blues records and you know, things like that, old vinyls. I've just got a Django Reinhardt thing.
Cool. Yeah, you got some nice turntables and stuff.
Yeah. So getting into that. Everybody's doing it now, getting vinyls.
Yeah.
So I'm into all that. You know, some of the old. Well, you can hear where the rock and roll comes from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sure.
And Django is such a what a guitar player that guy is. But was.
So with the new Alcatraz, so are you guys talking to some labels now? Or like, how's that going to work out?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of, like, you know, smaller labels that have been interested. So we don't know where we're going yet, with whom. So we're kind of waiting for some kind of real interest. But I've got one of my friends who worked with Deep Purple and with Rainbow. He was our tour manager, is looking into some stuff for me. And he has some news for me when I get home. So he's found a management company that's interested in our new band.
Are you guys handling business yourself?
Yeah. At the moment, yeah.
But you're getting some good gigs, like Bulgaria, I guess. I saw that. That would seem to be pretty insane in terms of turnout.
Yeah, but it's like, geez. We're just kind of flying all the time and never have time to relax. You know?
And how many gigs have you done with the new guys?
Oh, God. Not that many.
Okay.
Probably about 10.
Oh, really? Okay. So,
you know?
Okay.
Because we play at home as well. We play in Los Angeles. We've done a few there.
How did the Joe Lynn Turner connection come up? Because I saw you guys doing Long Live Rock and Roll, and it sounded really good. I mean, that was it sounded like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, he just got in touch with me one day. Just emailed and said, what are you doing? You know.
Right.
you know, blah, 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 blah. And we went to Japan with him at first, with Alcatraz and him. So he played with the Japanese band and we played our stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that, he said, well, why don't you and I do our little rainbow thingies together, you know, party pieces. So he did his rainbow songs, I did mine.
Right.
We've done, I don't know, probably about 4 gigs together.
Will we see stuff like that again?
I don't know, because now he's got a band as well. He's doing stuff on his own.
Maybe a double tour at some point?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think he's trying to get something happening, but he's all over the place all the time.